transmission of results can't work everywhere in Nigeria. Ndume. Senator Ali Ndume, Chairman Senate Committee on the Army, in this interview debunks the claim by the main opposition PDP that the Independent National Electoral Committee intends to rig the election with manual collation of results, and he speaks on reasons why electronic transmission of election results cannot work in every part of the country. And so when asked, obviously he went into insecurity, but given what the allegation is here, he responds to Atiku's claim that INEC is planning to rig the elections. And his opinion states, he said, like I said earlier, I do not want to talk about personality. INEC is an independent electoral commission. And up to now, the INEC has actually proven to be an impartial arbiter. They have conducted elections severally under this government, and we lost the election and PDP won the election. Roll this back, even as at the time when Atiku was the vice president, do you remember any election under the watch of the PDP that any other party won? But the APC won the election of 2015, and then he said that 2015 was a political revolution. And what is the result of that? Because it's actually pretty embarrassing. You can't call 2015 a political revolution. In fact, it was deceit. It was, fraudulent. Literally, that is what it was. And I think it's the audacity for a lot of these politicians to just flat out lie. It's a different thing when you're trying to cook up stories or make something seem as though it is not, and just create a false narrative and just try to deceive Nigerians. And I guess, let's be thankful for the honesty, but how can you say INEC has actually proven to be an impartial arbiter? Are you serious? Then let's talk about 2019. Let's talk about the Osun State elections, because right now, Oyetola is very, obviously he has a right to challenge results, but now he wants to, challenge Adeleke's victory. And it's like, excuse me, it's not even a thing where everybody knows that initially you being in that seat of power, it wasn't meant to be you in the first place. So what is your point? Point is, it's the lies. You cannot say that. If anything, these individuals, the campaign teams, the political parties, they can all make their campaigns, they can all do what they want, but I think we actually need to refocus the conversation and really talk about INEC, because INEC is a big problem. Very, very big problem. In fact, they need to also prove, obviously with the state elections, also prove how collating results is going to work. No one cares if electronic transmission of results can't work everywhere in Nigeria. We don't care. Make it work. That's the point. That is why you are there. Fix it before the elections. People's opinions. And first, this individual says, my fear is INEC. They want to rig this election and it will be disastrous. If the machine doesn't use network, all eligible voters are captured and stored. If it can't work in the north, they shouldn't vote. Criminals. This election will determine if the northerners are more than the other regions. Liars in government. And if anything, I think as much as we have campaigns and the events are going to be going on, we should also put pressure on INEC, because it is an independent body. It should not have any affiliation with anything else. And so we should also, as a separate but included matter, we should also focus on INEC and say, okay, listen, you need to show us the processes. We don't want to hear stories. If it's that you would have to go and get loans in this time, maybe this is where you should actually, the budget that they go get and, the debts that they get into, if it is to get better equipment to make sure votes are collated electronically and, manually, we scrap that. We better invest in it, because I think when it comes to decision making and the future of this country, we cannot play. And INEC in itself maybe just needs to be checked and investigated, because INEC cannot come and destroy the work that Nigerians would do to push for whoever they want to vote for, and then we'll hear, this person won or this person didn't win because the servers are, we don't, that should not be the excuse for as to why, one party did not win or the other party won. The only reason that is valid is that it's the votes that counted. And if the votes are not going to be counted in some areas, will not be collated electronically for whatever excuse, even if the wire is sparks, no one, listen, it just needs to be sorted out. And INEC, I think, would be the bigger enemy anyways. Now, looking for an avenue to rig the election, you people will never want it to work. You want to continually use, forms to falsify results, causing excuse. You are afraid of losing, and maybe that is what it is. Maybe for the first time, because they also try to argue. This former minister tried to argue that, what, when PDP was in government, did APC ever win? Did any other party win? So the fact is that you're trying to say when it's the ruling party and the election is under their watch, because that's the phrasing he used, under, PDP's watch. What happens? It's giving major red flags here. There is still time to build cell sites or improve on network coverage in those areas. Exactly. Let no one plan to rig 2023 elections. I assure you, such plan will mark the end. Exactly. So if you're going to bring up concerns that, if whatever concerns it is, and if it has to do with location and the whole of Nigeria, being able to engage in the conversation in the voting, in the elections the way it should, then if it's as this individual said, you have time, go and build the cell site, improve network coverage, whatever it is, go and fix it. You have the money, you have the funds, and even if you don't, you have the power to make it work. And go, where do you get your funds from that you say you're going to use for this task, but it never ends up, you never see the results of it anyways? Election riggers, are you the INEC chairman? Exactly. Where it can't, their vote will not count. Look at his face. I don't think his face has anything to do with it. But really, I think INEC is going to be number one enemy. But at the end of the day, INEC is not INEC. It's ironic because independent is in its name. But the fact is, whoever is in government and has the power to control or manipulate the results will do what it can to get that done. Shouldn't be, but that's the reality of the situation. What do you think about this in the comment section below? And do not forget to like and subscribe.